Alrighty folks, we're back out here on the homestead, Pine Ridge Homestead. Thanks for watching. So everybody wants to ask these questions nowadays. Should I get Bauer tools from Harbor Freight? Are they good? Are they worth my money? Are they a waste of money? Well, we're going to dive right into it because I've had Bauer tools for a long time now. And we're going to talk about them a little bit today, whether I think that you should get them for yourself. So here's one of the tools that I've had for a long time. It's their circular saw. I think it's a 6.5 inch blade one or something like that. They make another one. It's the next size up. I also have that one, but I've not used it yet. This saw here, as you can see, it's pink because I've had it so long. See, it's red right there, and then the rest of it's pink because it's so color faded from being around so long. I probably had this saw for about 6 years, and it still cuts like it was brand new. I probably cut more boards on this saw than a lot of people watching ever cut in their whole life probably. And this saw still works like it's brand new. That's just one tool that they offer. They also offer mechanic tools like this electric ratchet. This works really good. Sometimes you still got to break things free by hand with the bigger ratchet. But this is just the 3/8 drive one. I believe they offer different ones that are a little bit stronger than this one. I've had this. I've used it on a couple vehicles already, and it's worth its weight in gold. Another thing automotive related that they offer is they do offer these larger impacts. These are great for taking off tires. I try to keep these in each one of my vehicles, so that way if I have a flat and I'm on the side of the road, I can pull one of these out and I'm not out there messing with anything like a breaker bar or anything like that. These are really torquey. They'll take a big lug nut off a big truck real fast. So they also have other small tools available for you, like this little air pump. This air pump comes in great around here. My kids use it all the time for airing up go-kart tires. I use it for airing up tires on things like this Suburban you see behind me, truck tires, bicycle tires, all that stuff. Well, this one's been around the block a few times, so I'm missing the attachments here, but it does come with a needle and some other attachments. So if you want to take this camping with you and blow up your air mattress or your volleyballs, inflatable stuff like that, this is the tool for the job. They're relatively cheap. I don't remember what I paid for this one right offhand. Maybe it was around $30, $40, but it was worth every penny. It works real good. This thing has been left out in the rain most of its life because it gets used and kind of just forgot about. And as you can hear, it works perfectly. It never fails us. I also have all their smaller impacts. If I want to go, this one's a 3/8 drive one. If I want to drive bolts or lag bolts, anything like that with this one. I also do have them to take the other inserts so I can put screwdriver ends and everything on it. They're drills for drilling holes, or you can screw screws in, whatever you want to do with these two. This one here is a little rusty because it's been left out on a few projects. Not a problem at all. Spray a little lube on there and it'll be good to go because they rock. Like I said, that one's been sitting out too. And as you can see, it'll work flawlessly. Another item of the Bauer line that I really like and is with me a lot of times when I'm riding around on my mower and I'm going to go do something somewhere else on the homestead is this little radio. Battery goes right there. It's got Bluetooth capabilities. This little radio works pretty good, and it's not too crazy loud where you're going to disrupt your neighbors if you live in town. Just perfect for little projects around the homestead or whatever you're getting out and doing. Take it camping with you. Listen to radio when you're fishing, camping, anything like that. You also have a few different work lights. This one's pretty dirty and old. You can also plug this in to an extension cord of any kind because it's got a nice big plug right here. So your 20-volt battery will go right here. Which if you buy any of these tools, you need to make sure you have a good assortment of batteries on hand. I like to buy the 3 amp hour ones. You can see it's on now. It's got different settings. This is a great little item to have around your homestead or house, farm, anything, business. That's a good thing to keep in the trunk of your car if you're stranded on the side of the road. That's another thing that can go with your impact and your roadside kit. If you're out changing a tire and you got one of those bad boys, there ain't no having to hold no flashlight or anything like that. So that's good to have around. Let's talk about the 20-volt chainsaw. I have 2 of these. They work great. This one the battery's probably a little low on. It is. Another good item, if you live way out in the country, kind of like I do, there's sometimes trees across the road and stuff. You can keep one of these bad boys with a couple charged batteries in your vehicle, and if there's a tree that's not like crazy big across the road, you can stop and cut this thing up on your own. Or if you just want to limb some trees, cut up some firewood that's not too big, where you'd need a big 20-inch saw or something like this, this little 10-inch saw is going to do all of what you need it to do. I find myself using these saws around the homestead more than I do my gas ones. I also have a big 20-inch steel chainsaw that I break out sometimes, but most of the time, unless I'm cutting an actual log off the tree, you know, for my mill or something, I'm using one of these saws like this if I'm cutting firewood, because they're so convenient to have with me. I don't have to haul the gas around. I could just have a few of these batteries with me around the homestead and keep some oil. You do have to oil these saws. This little cap right here is where your oil is going to go in. I use motor oil in mine. You can buy bar and chain oil if you want to spend the money on it, or next time you pull up your rig, you could drain the oil out and keep that for your saws. Works just fine. I've had this one for about a year. I've got another one that I've had for about 2 years, and they both work perfect. They also have other tools that you can get there that are in their 20-volt line. This is a weed eater. Now, this extends out, makes it a little bit longer. My kids love using this weed eater around the homestead. If you're going to run a mowing operation, obviously this isn't the weed eater for you. But if you just have a house, or you just want to get around your trailer or something like that, and you're just doing normal stuff normal homeowner might do, edging around your flower bed or your driveway or something like that, this is going to work perfect without breaking the bank. Same thing as the other ones. They're all in their changeable batteries. So if you buy tools for this, or batteries for this tool, you got a battery for this tool. That's what's nice about keeping it all one brand. Also, I use this pole saw, which goes up 8 or 10 feet or something like that. It really extends out there. I use this pole saw all the time. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Get you some. I might need to put a little lube on that thing. This 20-volt saw, same thing. Got to put some oil up here in the top. I use motor oil because I'm not going to waste my money on bar and chain oil. But this thing works great. I don't remember what size bar this has, but it's not very big. But this thing really cuts good. I've actually got my other saw pinched in a tree before and had to break this thing out to get in there and do a relief cut so I could get my other saws out. And it really did the job. The battery goes down in the handle here. Kind of gives you a little more balance depending on what size battery you got. And this thing will rock and roll. So, today's video. Should you invest in the Bauer tools from Harbor Freight? My opinion is absolutely. For how much they cost, for the availability of them, the warranties you can also get with them. I believe you can get a 1 or a 2 year warranty on them, which is fantastic, because if you take them back to the store, there's literally no questions asked. They literally see if it's under warranty, and then they swap it out for a new one. So that's really good. They also have a lot of other tools that I'm not mentioning here I actually have a bunch of them floating around the homestead that I am not able to find right now to gather up for the video, like sawzalls and all kinds of different stuff they offer. So, but I made a video the other day. Microphone wasn't working. If you go back and watch that video, it was just a real short one. You can kind of laugh at that. Leave me a comment on here if you want to know anything else about some more about the Bauer tools. Just put it in the comments and I'll respond. All right. Thank you for watching Pine Ridge Homestead. Go to Harbor Freight. Buy you some Bauer tools. Have a good day.